Sure. Well, let's keep going with the pay here. I'm part of the 98% of the workforce that's not seen an increase to my pay. This was campaigned on. I don't care about equipment. What are you actually doing to address this? Are you aggressively pursuing 3.8% at least?
Well, I would say the premise of the question, well, you may not care about it. A majority of our workforce does. And while we all want money, and that is the goal of looking at any strategy, we have to face the realities. Right now, our path is by working with, we worked with our Republican consultants that we hire as an organization of ways that we can go out and engage this administration about pay, compensation, and benefits. Their number one recommendation was talk about recruitment and retention. While the agency didn't have the ability to reach the full agreement that we put up, which was a 5% increase for 3 years in between the January and June raise, which are raises and increases, doesn't mean it's enough, and that somehow is Shangri-La and you get everything you want. We've seen exactly what happened this time. That the military was presented a different raise than civilians, which has now become a new world for us. That has happened as of a few years ago. And we're talking about the pay parity, saying that the civilian, or at least those with the mandatory retirement age for federal employees, should be the same as the military. So being aggressively pursued, as Allison Schwegel actually stayed back from CFS to go and meet with many Congress, different offices. And that was our number one topic in discussion. Now, that doesn't happen until January. There's a support being built for it. Got an update on it today, and working with other NACA members of our NACA majority is what we call them, friends in Congress, to go out before we present it to Senator Collins through appropriations, and to have their full support of it, and look to move that forward in the language through the appropriations process. So it is aggressively being pursued, and all that to be wrapped up is where we don't have right now, because of the executive orders signed and in place, with the stability of our contract, is that if a contract was open, the executive orders, again, say we wouldn't be able to have any levels of collaboration. All of the permissive subject of bargaining is gone. Those are given away to the agency, and those take effect the day that opens, which is our everyday work life is. All that to talk about the Republican consultants when they talked about the ability to go out and talk about recruitment and retention. You also have to talk about the building of opportunities. While somebody may say they don't care about modernization, I've watched 5 facilities shut down over the last 72 hours. The controllers and the workload that puts on them, and we're utilizing that as part of the stresses and burdens, the unnecessary distractions, or those risks that puts into the system, and that the controllers should have a level of recognition for that. And the breakneck speed at which modernization will continue, that this administration wants, which we have advocated for decades, will give us an opportunity or create opportunities to talk about incentivizing the very workforce to bring those new technologies in, be able to adapt to them, and move the system forward for the betterment of the flying public and for the controllers who operate in it, as well as on the training aspect in our recruitment retention. And I'm sorry, that's the part I didn't close down when I was talking about it. We also talked about the training incentive. And one of the things that we proposed was between a $2,000 and $3,000 payout for the training teams. We were utilizing the playbook of N90 and what they did at their facilities in the past, of ensuring that people were being compensated, because we know that the long-term commitment to the training and the next generation of air traffic controllers was through, again, us passing off our craft and trade to the next generation. All those to create the opportunities to put the money in our members' pockets while protecting our rights and seeing how far we can get without ever losing anything along the way. So those are the gains. And like I said, the part that wasn't adopted, but it sits there, and that we can continue to look for the opportunities or find the ways to build upon, was in where it was the 98% or 99% not being an academy grad or those eligible for retirement. We proposed a 5% in between that January and June raise, or $10,000, because 5% for our level 4s and 5s. That has always been the thing for me, and going out and talk to our membership is it shouldn't always just be percentage based, because obviously the 12 is getting compensated way differently than them, and you don't move up as fast in those lower levels with just percentage only raises. So all that was put out there. We'll continue to pursue it. We'll continue to create the opportunities for it. And so that is aggressively being pursued, or seeing what, again, are we willing to take that is a concern for CIP or other things, annual leave, sick leave, and sick leave buyback, of what is the agency interested in, what needs do they want to address, and are we willing to change any of that into some level if the time comes to a pay component.